And again, everyone, I'm Ken Clark with Citywide Title Eat and Drink Real Estate. We got Mary Beirne from Dreamtown Realty. Mary, you've been a broker for what, almost 20 years, is that about right?
Full-time for 20 years and part-time even longer.
Well, guess what? You've mastered the craft. Thanks for coming on the show today. You know, this is Chicago. We home of 77 neighborhoods. You live in...
So I'm right on the border of Norwood Park, Edison Park.
Okay.
I live and work right along that border.
Okay. And, you know, for somebody that's unfamiliar with Edison Park and Norwood Park, what are they going to experience when they move into that area? What's that neighborhood like?
So they're two great neighborhoods. I moved to Norwood Park because it's a very family-oriented neighborhood. My son was 2 years old when I moved there.
Okay.
My parents lived in Jefferson Park, which is a couple miles away. So great schools, great parks. Norwood Park is one of the best parks in the city, I think. It takes up an entire block. It has baseball courts, tennis courts, basketball courts, the only water slide on the north side. You're a Hawks fan, it's got the Hawks sponsored an inline skating rink there.
Nice.
It's got a dog park. Edison Park is really known for its restaurants and bars. There's train stations in both Edison Park and North Park, the metro stops. We're near.
So easy out of the city, so
Oh, yeah.
people
We're
over the city.
right by the Kennedy,
Mhm.
the L, O'Hare.
Yeah.
So, great area.
Solid, I like it. You know, so there was a lot of choices you can make when you're looking at moving, especially when you had a little kid. And what made you really decide on Norwood? I mean, those are great reasons. Did you have other family or relatives in the area?
Yeah, I grew up in Jefferson Park, so my
Okay.
parents, were nearby. Still have a lot of friends in the area. I like the area.
And you know, one of the concerns that, as I talk to different people throughout the city, is they are concerned about safety and crime. What were your experience in Norwood and Edison Park?
So it has always been among the lowest crime areas in the city of Chicago. We border Park Ridge, Niles, and then like Jefferson Park and Norridge is south of us. So a lot of city workers live in the neighborhood. We have a lot of police officers, firefighters, teachers, and it's just one of the safest areas you could be in the city.
When looking at a lot of the neighborhoods, there doesn't always appear to be a lot of room for growth. Where do you see your neighborhood in terms of growth? What's going to be happening there in the next 5, 10, 15 years?
Well, there seems to be gentrification going on, in my opinion. Yeah, there were a lot of people who raised their families here. Families moved on. They're getting older, and they're moving on to retirement communities or something like that. We have larger lots than typical in the city. A typical lot is 25 feet wide, and the lots in these neighborhoods are usually like 33 feet or more. Just on my block, they knocked down a house and put up a beautiful new home and listed it for over $1 million, and it sold relatively quickly. So I'm thinking that's going to be happening more. I hope you sold that home.
That's a nice sales price.
Yeah, and people are also rehabbing older homes as well.
Okay, well that's good to know. And the lot size is obviously too small. They just can't do it. And if we got enough room, I mean, we see easements that are literally inches now in some of the neighborhoods. But that extra 8 feet, that's 4 feet on each side. That's a lot. That can make a big difference. And the new build-outs are great. So you're on the show, Eat and Drink Real Estate. I've got to ask you, give me the top 3 bars and restaurants to go to.
It's hard to narrow it down to 3.
You can go on and on because I like to talk about eating.
My favorite is Zia's. Zia's used to be in Edison Park, now it's in Norwood Park. There is the Curra, which is an Irish restaurant, Cafe Touche, which is a French restaurant, Moretti's, which is more of a casual dining. They have a huge outdoor patio. It's more like burgers and pizza and steaks, things like that. So those are, I'm going to stop myself with there. Bars, Firewater is a popular one. It's more of a country kind of, they have music there.
Do I have to wear my hat and my boots there, or?
You could.
Okay.
Tavern on the Point is a fairly new bar on Northwest Highway in Edison Park. It has 2 levels. It has a rooftop outdoor area, which is really nice. Emerald Isle is a staple. It's a big Irish bar in the
I have been
on
there.
Northwest Highway. Yep. So yeah, those are 3 bars for you.
What's your, if you go to any place, what's your favorite meal that you're gonna order?
Zia's, the lemon chicken.
The lemon chicken. I'm a capers fan. You're a capers fan?
I am not.
I love them. They're little salty treats. I gobble them up. They're just the best. Now you're out almost every day of the week, I'm thinking. You're out working. You're a top producer. When you're not out showing homes or signing contracts, what do you do for fun, just for yourself?
Well, in the neighborhood in the summer, I love to walk around Old Norwood. So Old Norwood is really different to most neighborhoods in the city. It has even bigger lots. I mean, the lots can be 50 feet wide and 200 feet deep.
Wow.
They have beautiful old Victorian style houses. They have new construction homes. So it's really nice to look at the architecture. It's an older neighborhood, so it's got the mature trees.
Nice.
It was actually, I had heard and thought that there's like an oval that's West Circle and East Circle that I was told was a racetrack back in the 1800s, but it wasn't. It was actually, at the time, they designed it to be a resort town. So they had an artificial lake and a hotel there. So I don't know how long that lasted, but then it eventually developed into a residential neighborhood.
I did not know that. I would have bet on the racetrack too.
Yeah.
Maybe get a dog track or something. I don't know what it sounds like, but Mary, I want to thank you again for coming on the show today. Thank